Welcome to the virtual class of computer of class 8th. Today we are going to start lesson number 6. Our topic is problem solving. Let's start. Flowchart. What is a flowchart? A flowchart is a picture of the problem solving process. A flowchart gives a step-by-step procedure for solving a problem. Elements of a flowchart. Various geometrical shaped boxes represent the steps of the solution. The boxes are connected by directional arrows to show the flow of the solution. Uses of a flowchart: to specify the method of solving a problem, to plan the sequence of a computer program, communicate ideas, solutions, etc. Flowchart symbols and their purpose. First is ellipse. Ellipse is used to indicate the start and end of a flowchart. Start, written in the ellipse, indicates the beginning of a flowchart. End or stop or exit, written in the ellipse, indicates the end of the flowchart. Second is parallelogram. A parallelogram is used to read data or to print data. Next is rectangle. A rectangle is used to show the processing that takes place in the flowchart. Next is diamond. A diamond with two branches is used to show the decision making step in the flowchart. A question is specified in the diamond box. The next step in the sequence is based on the answer to the question, which is yes or no. Next is arrows. Arrows are used to connect the steps in a flowchart to show the flow of or sequence of the problem solving process. Last is connector. Small circles are called connectors, which are used for connecting different parts of a flowchart. Here is example. Suppose we want to finding the sum of two values. First is 436 and second value is 397. So let's start. First of all, start. Next, read A. Next, read B. Next, sum equal to A plus B. Next, print sum, and in the last, end. Other side, start. The value of A equal to 436 and the next value of the B equal to 397. Next, sum equal to 436 plus 397 shows 833, and in the last, end of the program. Here is one other example. Suppose you have some money which you want to use for buying a book to be given as gift to your friend on her birthday. The cost of the book is rupees 155 only. On reaching home, you will check your piggy bank. If the money is not sufficient, you will buy a card. However, if you have enough money, you will buy the book and then go to the birthday party. So our input is money, processing is comparison, money equal to 155 or not equal to 155, and in the last, output, buying the gift and going to a party. So see the flow chart. First of all, start. Next, get money equal to input. Next decision, is money greater than or equal to 155? If our answer is yes, then buy a book. If our answer is no, then buy a card. This is our processing. Next, go to birthday party. It is our output. And in the last, stop. Programming language. Computer can understand only one language, and it is called machine language. It consists of series of zeros and ones. This picture is the example of machine language. It easily understood by computer but difficult for us. The uses of mnemonic codes such as LDA for load, STA for store, and SUB for subtract means the code is easier to read and write. The programming language that uses mnemonics for writing codes is called assembly language. With the need for making programming simpler, high-level languages were developed. These languages make use of English words and mathematical symbols for writing programs. QBasic is one of the high-level languages used for giving instructions to the computer. Translator programs. You must be wondering that computer can understand only machine language. Then how come we communicate with computers in assembly language or high-level language? You are absolutely right in your thinking. You will get your answer if you are able to figure out how we will communicate if we happen to go to China or Germany, as we do not understand the language spoken there. Now you are thinking right. We can hire a translator who can translate our message to German or Chinese language and their answer or message back to the language we can understand. Let's learn little more about translator programs used for communicating with computers. First is assembler. Assembler converts an assembly language program into machine code which is directly understood by computer. Next is high-level language translator. Since there are different high-level languages, hence we need different translator for different languages. If we are working on C++ language, we will require C++ translator or compiler. And if we are working on QBasic, then we require translator for interpreter for QBasic. Interpreter. The interpreter fetches single instruction or a single step of program written in high-level language, translates it into machine code and executes it immediately. Compiler. Language processor that translates the complete program as a whole in one go into machine code is called compiler. Thank you.